So let's get to it. As we get set to reveal the All-Star starters, a brief explanation of how the voting worked. Fan voting counts 50%. The players vote and a media panel, 25% each. Players are then ranked according to where they finished in those fan, player, and media ballots. Now, we did have one case this year in which two players tied for a starting spot, and the tiebreaker was the fan vote. The fan vote also determines the captains, who again this year will choose players from either conference to assemble their squads. We are going to start with the West. Call Your Shot is presented by CarMax. So here's the way the voting broke down. The fans, the players, and the media. LeBron number 1 across the board, Jokic number 2 across the board. While Kawhi was third by the fans and the media, the players had Anthony Davis third. But it's Kawhi Leonard who gets the nod, and you see Paul George ranking 5th by the fans, the players, and the media. In the backcourt, here was that tight duel. Stephen Curry, number 1 across the board. Doncic, second by the fans, but third by the players and media, where Lillard was second. So they wound up tied, and you go to the fan vote to break the tie. All of that understandable to everybody? Was the breakdown nice and clear for you, Shaq?
Yes, the way you broke it down was very, very understandable.
Okay, so what'd you think of how things shook out?
I mean, I understand, even before I was playing, and, you got voted in, and, the way it was broken down today, I still think Damon Lillard should be a starter. Based on what, Chuck and Kenny always say, who has the better record. It is what it is, but I would have liked to seen him start.
That's a tough, that's a tough call. Those three, Curry, Doncic, and Lillard, come on.
I mean,
what about Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
But Donovan Mitchell's had a great year too, but even when I was looking at it, I was saying those are the three that
popularity contest, Luka's going to win. But like Shaq said, the most fair man in basketball right now is Damian Lillard, I think, in terms of getting the ball in key situations. He was my preseason MVP because I thought he could do this, put numbers up. He was going to have to do that all year for his team to be successful. He's still, I would say, top 3 in terms of MVP voting. If you're that, you should be starting. That's all. There's no doubt about it that he is one of the top 5 basketball players in the world. And if you're not starting and you can't even start in your conference, if you're one of the top 5 basketball players in the world, that doesn't make sense to me as well.
Well, listen, there's no right or wrong answer, but I thought Dame Lillard and Donovan Mitchell, to me, when you have the best record in basketball, that says a lot. If you're the best, they have these stupid arguments about who gets MVP every year. The MVP has never went to the best player.
As it turns out, the backcourt starters again, Stephen Curry and Luka Doncic in the West, or from the West. How about along the front line with LeBron and Jokic and Kawhi? And you saw the players say Anthony Davis should have gotten one of those starting spots.
I mean, again, I'm in agreement with Chuck. Whenever you talk about these situations, there is no right or wrong. Kawhi is a great player. Anthony Davis is a great player, but that situation is not as petty as the last situation we were talking about. That also could have went either way, but I'm not mad at that.
Well, let's be honest. Anthony Davis has not played like an all-star this year. He's not. His numbers.
Also a starter.
All-star.
Okay.
His numbers are down all across the board. Well, yes, but he's supposed to play. Listen, he won the championship. It should have took him to the next level.
But for a team that's 22-7.
Yeah, but so that don't matter.
Now the record doesn't matter?
No, but he hasn't played like an all-star. I'm not going to give him because he's a perennial great player. He has not played like an all-star this year. I'm not giving these Lifetime Achievement Awards y'all like to give. And listen, I love Anthony Davis, but he has not played like an all-star.
I agree with you. He has not played Anthony Davis-like, but he has played like an all-star. He's played like one of the top 12 players in the Western Conference. To me, that's my opinion. I wouldn't say that he's definitely not playing close to what he's capable of or he has played in the past.